Next on BGSU Brain Game is Toledo School for the Arts versus St. Francis. Both of these teams are looking to put on a cerebral showcase. However, only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Toledo School for the Arts versus St. Francis. Let's meet our teams. Toledo School for the Arts, tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Calvin Bosselman. I'm a senior at Toledo School for the Arts. To my left here is Haley McConaughey, also a senior. And to my right is Mahaska Steeler, a junior.
And who are your coach?
We are coached by Kenneth Burchett.
St. Francis, tell us who you are.
I'm Frank Schuscher. I'm a junior. And to my left is Luke Terrell. He's a sophomore. And to my right is the freshman, Justin Dries.
And who's your coach?
Mrs. Haley Sharp.
All right, welcome to both of our teams. Going to start things off with our toss-up round. There are 10 questions in this round. They are 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can be a little bit looser on your buzzers. You can confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can steal a question in this round. TSA, St. Francis, are you ready? Here we go. If you were fortunate enough to make a trip to visit the largest and most powerful particle accelerator in the world, the Large Hadron Collider, what country would be your, that would be St. Francis, Justin?
Switzerland.
It is indeed in Switzerland. Used as an agent of war in World War I, this chemical serves, that would be Toledo School for the Arts, Calvin.
Mustard gas.
Incorrect, serves as, that would be St. Francis, Luke T.
Chlorine.
Correct, chlorine. In Little Red Riding Hood, who does the wolf dress up as? St. Francis, Luke.
Red Riding Hood's grandmother.
Correct. Name the Charles Dickens historical novel that deals with the French Revolution. That will be TSA, Calvin.
Tale of Two Cities.
Correct. By its structure, how is the following sentence classified? As the stage curtain lowered, Mary and Tom returned to the apron for one. That would be TSA, Calvin.
Compound complex.
We will not accept that. St. Francis, would you like to steal? That would be Frank.
Compound sentence.
Incorrect. It was complex. Complex. In the Arthurian legends, who mortally wounds King Arthur in battle? That will be Toledo School for the Arts, Calvin.
Mordred.
Mordred is correct. He was born Eric Weiss in Budapest in 1874. TSA, Haley.
Harry Houdini.
That is indeed Harry Houdini, correct. What state was Thomas Edison born in? St. Francis, Justin.
Ohio.
He was indeed born in Ohio. From which European country is the word quiche? That would be Calvin, Toledo School for the Arts.
Hungary.
Incorrect, which refers to an open-faced pastry crust with eggs and cheese derived. That would be St. Francis, Luke.
Poland.
Incorrect, France. In which of the Great Lakes did the SS Edmund, that would be TSA, Calvin?
Lake Superior.
Lake Superior, it went down in 1975. That is all 10 questions in this round, and we are tied. Toledo School for the Arts, 40. St. Francis, 40. Stick around because our risk and reward round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We are tied. Toledo School for the Arts, St. Francis both at 40 points. Before we get on with our game, though, let's see who has joined the TSA team. Who is it, Calvin?
And from Mahaska is Jacoby Edge, a junior at TSA.
Welcome to you. St. Francis staying with their lineup. This is the risk and reward round. You have 9 questions. Both teams will receive the same 9 questions. They're worth 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. Both teams will then have the option of risking on the 10th question. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on that question. You'll receive a topic before doing that, but you can lose points. Or you may just pass and just stay with your score at the end of the round. All right, we had to flip a coin, and St. Francis, we determined that you are going to be sticking around. TSA, off to isolation right this way. All right, St. Francis, are you ready for your questions? Here we go. Which subgenre of literary drama focuses on a hero's fatal flaws and results in an unhappy ending? Frequently associated with William Shakespeare, it is often contrasted with a comedy. Justin?
Tragedy.
Tragedy is correct. In the digital world, this type of website provides collaborative modification of its content and structure directly from the web browser. Identify the 4-letter noun used to identify such sites that often use a simplified markup language for editing. Justin?
Wiki.
Wiki is correct. When the ABC powers met with the United States to prevent war between the U.S. and Mexico, they met on the Canadian side of a famous tourist destination. Where did they meet? Justin?
Niagara Falls.
Correct. Name the island nation that lies just to the east of Africa in the Pacific Ocean and is the 4th largest island in the world. Justin?
Madagascar.
Correct. Which prefix in the metric system is the equivalent of 1/1,000,000th? Time. Nano is what we needed there. By what name was King Richard I of England known during his rule and as leader of the Third Crusade in the 12th century? Justin?
Richard the Lionheart.
Yes. It sublimes directly into gas at normal air pressure. What is carbon dioxide in its solid phase? Justin?
Dry ice.
Correct. In 1989, this European structure was removed, allowing free passage for those whose lives had been restricted by it since 1961. Give the name of this structure. Justin?
Berlin Wall.
Correct. In 1922, this Italian dictator seized power in Italy and used the country's fears of a communist revolution to win support for his fascist party. Who was he? Justin?
Mussolini.
Correct. This is the risk and reward question. The topic is geology. St. Francis, would you like to take a risk or pass?
20.
20 points for St. Francis on the topic of geology. Identify the white metamorphic rock that is often used in sculpture and building materials, as in such structures as the Taj Mahal. Justin?
Marble.
Marble is correct. You get the bonus points of 20, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time for you to head to isolation. Welcome back to you, TSA. TSA, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yep.
Starts right now. Which subgenre of literary drama focuses on a hero's fatal flaws and results in an unhappy ending, frequently associated with William Shakespeare? It is often contrasted with a comedy. Calvin?
Tragedy.
Tragedy indeed. In the digital world, this type of website provides collaborative modification of its content and structure directly from the web browser. Identify the 4-letter noun used to identify such sites that often use a simplified markup language for editing. Calvin?
HTML.
Incorrect. Wiki is what we needed there. Wiki. When the ABC powers met with the United States to prevent war between the U.S. and Mexico, they met on the Canadian side of a famous tourist destination. Where did they meet? Calvin?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Name the island nation that lies just east of Africa in the Indian Ocean and is the 4th largest island in the world? That would be Calvin.
Madagascar.
Correct. Which prefix in the metric system is the equivalent of 1/1,000,000th? Calvin.
Pico.
Incorrect. Nano. By what nickname was King Richard I of England known during his rule and as leader of the Third Crusade? That would be TSA. Calvin.
Lionhearted.
We will accept that. It sublimes directly into a gas at normal air pressure. What is carbon dioxide in its solid phase? Calvin.
Dry ice.
Dry ice. In 1989, this European structure was removed, allowing free passage for those whose lives had been restricted by it since 1961. That would be TSA.
Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall is correct. In 1922, this Italian dictator seized power in Italy and used the country's fears of a communist revolution to win support for his fascist party. Who? Calvin.
Mussolini.
Mussolini. Risk and reward time. Topic is geology. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass.
Not confident in that. 30.
30 points on geology for the Toledo School for the Arts. Identify the white metamorphic rock that is often used in sculpture and building materials, as in structures such as the Taj Mahal. Calvin.
Marble.
Marble is correct. You get those extra 30 points, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time to clear our scores, and let's bring back in St. Francis. Welcome back to you, St. Francis. It's now time to reveal to our two teams where our scores stand. St. Francis went for the risk and reward question. They risked 20 points. They got it correct. They now stand at 140 points. Toledo School for the Arts also went for the risk and reward question. They went for 30 points, and they got it correct. And the score stands at 140 points. That's right. We are still tied. A cerebral showcase indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Still anybody's game, obviously. You're going to want to stick around because the category round's coming up next. Welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Your eyes do not deceive you. We are still tied, 140 points apiece. Toledo School for the Arts and St. Francis. TSA, looks like you have made a substitution. Who has joined your team?
And for Jacoby, we have Elijah Longinker, a freshman at TSA.
Welcome to you. St. Francis staying with their lineup from the last round. All right, this is our category round. There are 6 categories to choose from. Questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But I will warn you, deductions start now. If you go for 10, you're risking 10. You can confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. And somewhere on our board is our double or nothing question. Could be a game changer for our teams. All right. 6 minutes in this round. St. Francis, since we're tied, you won the coin toss, so you get to make the first selection.
Go for percents, 30.
Percents for 30 points. What is 110% of 90? Toledo School for the Arts, Calvin.
99.
Correct. TSA in control of the board. And in the lead. Say again.
Formula's 30.
Formulas for 30 points. What is the formula for hydrogen peroxide? TSA, Calvin.
H2O2.
Correct. TSA, putting on the gas.
Do we want to keep going 30s? Okay. We'll go World Geography 30.
World Geography for 30 points. Identify each of the following associated with the geography of the world. Country that is home to Lake Garda and the Lombardy Plain. TSA, Calvin.
Italy.
Italy is correct. TSA still in control.
Shared borders 30.
Shared borders for 30 points. Alabama shares its border with how many other states? Time. 4. TSA still in control.
Formula is 25.
Formulas for 25 points. What is the formula to find the volume of a cube? St. Francis, Justin.
Volume equals side cubed.
Correct. St. Francis, in control.
Go. Formula's 20.
Formulas for 20 points. What is the formula to find the area of a circle? TSA, Calvin.
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared is correct. TSA back in control.
Yeah, I don't like formulas anymore. World Geography 25.
World Geography for 25. U.S. state that produces the most honey and is home to Lake Seca. That would be TSA, Calvin.
Oregon.
Incorrect. Lake Sacagawea. Whew. St. Francis would like to steal. They're shaking their head no. That would be North Dakota, Lake Sacagawea. All right, TSA in control.
Shared borders 25.
Shared borders for 25. Nebraska shares its northern border with what? That would be St. Francis. Luke.
Kansas.
Incorrect. With what state? That would be TSA, Calvin.
South Dakota.
South Dakota is what we needed there. Yes, TSA in control.
Percent's 25.
Percent's 25. What is 15% of 300? TSA, Calvin.
345.
Incorrect. St. Francis, that would be Frank.
45.
45 is correct. St. Francis in control.
Percent's 20.
Percent's 20. What is 2% of 600? TSA, Calvin.
12.
Correct. TSA back in control.
There. Shared borders 20.
Shared borders 20. Which state borders Arizona? Toledo School for the Arts, Calvin.
New Mexico.
Correct. To the east. TSA in control.
World Geography 20.
World Geography for 20. State that the Chilean port of Punta Arenas is located. Punta Arenas, excuse me, Punta. That would be TSA, Calvin.
Strait of Magellan.
Correct. TSA in control.
Let's go botany 30.
Botany for 30 points. A fascicle is a group of what? TSA, Calvin.
Flowers.
Incorrect. St. Francis would like to steal. They say no. You saying no? That would be pine needles. TSA in control.
Spanish time 30.
Spanish time 30. How do you say Wednesday? TSA, Calvin.
Miércoles.
Miércoles is correct. TSA in control.
Yeah, let's keep doing Spanish. 25.
25, Spanish time. How do you say December? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Diciembre.
Diciembre is correct. St. Francis in control.
Spanish time 20.
Spanish time 20. How do you say Sunday? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Domingo.
Domingo is correct. St. Francis in control.
Spanish time 15.
Spanish time for 15. How do you say when? That will be TSA. Calvin.
Cuando.
Correct. TSA in control.
Percent's 15.
Percent's 15. What is 5% of 20? Calvin, TSA.
1.
Correct. TSA in control.
Shared borders 15.
Shared borders for 15. The eastern side of the state of Tennessee borders what? That would be TSA. Calvin.
North Carolina.
Correct. TSA in control.
World Geography 15.
World Geography for 15. U.S. state that produces millions of Christmas trees and is home to the Willamette National Forest. TSA, Calvin.
Maine.
Incorrect. St. Francis would you like to steal? They're saying no. Oregon's what we needed there. All right, our current score is St. Francis, 210 points. Currently in the lead with 315 is TSA. Still anybody's game because our brainstorm's coming up next. 20 points apiece, negative 20 for an incorrect answer. Stay tuned. welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. TSA 315, St. Francis 210, still anybody's game. TSA, you made a substitution. Who is on the team?
In for Elijah Longacre is Jacoby Edge again.
Welcome back to you, St. Francis. Staying, no, we got a substitution here too, that's right.
This is Travis Bernard, the sophomore.
All right, welcome to you. This is the Brainstorm Round. 3 minutes in this round. All questions are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You can confer before buzzing in, but there is no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. 3 minutes of brainstorm. Are you ready? It starts right now. What is the capital of Montana? TSA, Calvin.
Helena.
Correct. What is the common name for dried plums? TSA, Calvin.
Iced plums.
Incorrect. Prunes. What was the first feature-length animated movie ever released? St. Francis, Travis.
Snow White.
Will we accept that? We will, and the Seven Dwarfs. What is the chemical symbol for lead? That will be TSA, Calvin.
PB.
Correct. What is the chemical symbol for arsenic? That will be TSA, Calvin.
AS.
Correct. Tara is suffering from acute otitis. Which of Tara's body parts is inflamed? Time. That would be the ear. If it is 11 a.m. in Connecticut, what time is it? 11 a.m. in Connecticut. What time is it in California? TSA, Haley.
8 a.m.
Correct. In the sentence, the backpack is mine, what case is the pronoun mine? That would be St. Francis, Travis.
Possessive.
Correct. This word beginning with the letter H is used to refer to the handle of a sword or dagger. TSA, Calvin.
Hilt.
Correct. A 98-degree angle is bisected. What is the TSA, Calvin?
49.
Correct. Identify the U.S. constitutional amendment that was ratified in 1920 and granted St. Francis, Frank.
19th.
Correct. In 1603, this form of Japanese theater began. TSA, Calvin.
Kabuki.
Correct. What is 450 divided by 6? St. Francis, Justin.
75.
Correct. With which of the 5 senses would one associate gustatory cells? St. Francis, Justin.
Taste.
Correct. During which century was the Eiffel Tower erected? TSA, Calvin.
19th.
Correct. If you make a trip to the capital city of Iceland, that would be St. Francis, Justin.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik is correct. In the words prototype, promote, and propose, what is the meaning of the prefix TSA, Calvin?
First.
We will not accept that. We needed before or forward specifically. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. What a battle, folks. We have St. Francis with 330 points and our winner with 435 points, the Toledo School for the Arts. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come around, meet in the middle, shake hands, and we'll see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.